Hey everybody, this is Carrie. I hope you're having a good day so far. Today I'm making this video about dating in Korea, and I'm going to tell you about the 3 best dates that I went on while living in Korea. So I'm not going to use any names. So I'll be referring to them by character traits or situational traits like this. Also, the dates that I'm explaining are not representative, I wouldn't say, of the typical dating here in Korea. Like, I'm a foreigner, so I'm dating different people. So I wouldn't say that the dates that I'm going to explain to you are typical ways of dating in Korea, because I'm not a Korean girl. I haven't met the people that I dated maybe in the way that a Korean would meet someone. Like, I'm outside of that culture. So these dates are just my experience, my personal history, and stories that I think you might enjoy or might give you hope for your own dating future. So I'm gonna start. What should I start? Maybe I'll do them in chronological order. So the first date that I went on in Korea was a long time ago. A long time ago. This was way back. And so I met a guy who was working as a bartender in the foreigner bar where I lived. And we always kind of joked around, and I thought he was really handsome. He would tell me every time he saw me that I looked really pretty and I was the prettiest girl in the bar, and all sorts of like romantic kind of things like that. So I kind of thought maybe he has a little crush on me, but it was nothing serious. And then the night before I was leaving to go on a trip, he also, one of the things that he did, he'd always say to me, why don't you let me take you out on my motorcycle? I want to show you this city and help you explore it and enjoy it. And I always said, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to go on your motorbike. But this night I figured I'm leaving the next day. I'm traveling, so why not? Okay, finally, I'll go on your motorcycle. So I went home at the bar, and then he came to pick me up, and I heard this like, and I don't know, like, I'm completely not the kind of typical girl impressed by like cars and motorcycles. Like, I don't care at all about stuff like that, but it was kind of sexy when he pulled up and it was like, and sent a text message like, I'm here. So we left around like 2 a.m. after he finished his bar shift, drove all the way up a mountain. He let me wear the helmet. It was pretty cute. Maybe drove a little faster than I would have liked, but it was still like exciting. So we came to the top of a mountain. There's nobody around. And then he says, do you want to have a coffee? So I'm like, okay. So he goes to the vending machine, buys us the 2 little like canned coffees, those crap little things, but it was sweet. So we sat down, and then, it was just kind of, appreciating where I was, and it was a little cold. So he gave me his jacket, and then he kind of went into this speech. Like, we were just having a normal talk, and he said, okay, I want to tell you something. So, okay. And he said, ever since I met you, something changed in me. You're really special. And, this city is special for me. And I think, what did he say? Something, basically the point was, we're here on the top of this mountain. If you look up, you can see the beautiful stars, and I wanted to share this with you. So he was like, I wanted you to see these stars with your eyes. So it was like really sweet and just really nice conversation. Very felt like taken care of and a little bit wooed, which is very nice. And then he drove me home, and I went home to my apartment, and then we sent a couple little text messages, and then I went traveling. And I saw him a few times after, but we can go into that if you really want to know the rest of the story. I'll tell you, but for now I just save it for later. So you got the first date there, so mountain coffees. So that was my first experience with a Korean guy. Okay, next date, fast forward a few years. I kind of went through like a non-dating period in Korea because I was very confused by the whole scene. So there's a few years of non-dating. And then I kind of got back into it because I met the next guy, who we will refer to as the arty guy. So I met him and we hit it off right away. He had a mustache and long hair, which is very unconventional in Korea, so I was instantly like, this guy's different. So two of us started talking that night. We met in a bar with a bunch of other people. He's friends with the friends that I was with, so we kind of met through mutual friends. Not like a setup though. And at the end of the night, he asked me for my number. And I was like, oh yeah, he likes me. So, such a loser. Yeah, then that was on a Friday night. And then on Sunday, around noon, I got a text message from him in Korean that said, 뭐 해? 커피 하실래? Or something like that. Like, what are you doing? You want to have a coffee? And so I was like, oh, okay, sure. So we went and met downtown to have a coffee. And this is just the greatest thing. We just had such a good conversation. You know, when you're just like so into the other person, you just think, I'm so glad I met you. I have so many things I want to talk about. We talked about music, and we were like, you know, exchanging songs with our exchanging earphones and just like, listen to this, you're gonna love this, and talking about our own experiences as musicians, and just he had led a cool life, and we had a lot of things to talk about, travel and all sorts of stuff. So it was just like one of those dates where there's like fire between you and you're just like, this is so awesome. And then after we had this like great, 4-hour coffee date, then he said, hey, well, my friend has a guitar school down the street. Why don't we go there? I have the key and we can play guitar together. So that's what we did. So we went to his friend's guitar school and played songs for each other. I played my original song and he was like really into it. I wanted to learn how to play it and I taught him, and it was just like, again, like feeling so attracted to someone and so natural. So that was my second really good date. Oh, there was more. We also went for Japanese food at the end of the night, and I remember this one funny moment. I've lived in Korea for a while, so I've adopted some Korean habits when eating, like pretty good with the chopsticks and good with spicy food and stuff, but when I eat the noodles, I sometimes do the Korean, like the slurp. So I wasn't even thinking that I was doing it, but I was like, slurping my, I don't know, udon or something. And he just stopped and he put his chopsticks down and was just like watching me. I said, what are you looking at? He said, I've never seen a foreign person slurp their noodles. Yeah, it's just funny. So anyway, that was the second successful date that I went on in Korea with the arty guy. And the last date I went on in Korea was I think more of a typical North American style date. I met a guy and we hit it off. He's very no, he's not artistic. He's very sporty and just a very sweet person, and I knew that right from the start, so I thought I'm gonna, try to just become closer to this person as a friend or more if possible. And he asked me, like a few weeks after we met, he said, 혹시 영화 좋아해? Like, hey, do you like movies? And I was like, yes, I like movies. And then he was like, do you wanna see a movie with me? And I was kind of like, yeah, okay. So it was like a typical, do you want to see a movie date? And then we went to see a movie. He picked me up. We went to see some Korean movie that something about a radio, and I didn't understand any of it because it was very high level. I probably understood like 20% of what was said in the movie, which is bad because I usually can understand more, but I wasn't really, that into it. I was there for the date, not for the movie. So we held hands during the movie. Actually, it's funny, he asked if, well, while we were waiting for the movie to start, he said like, so we're on a date. And I said, yeah. And he said, so do you want to hold my hand? And put his hand out like this. And then I was like, maybe later when the movie starts. So sure enough, when the movie started, actually he tried to hold my hand at the beginning when the ads were playing. And I was like, no, the movie's not technically playing yet, so you have to wait. I don't know why, it's just playing coy or something. So yeah, then once the movie actually started, we held hands. It was very cute. And then at the end of the night, he asked to have another date. So that was like more of like a classic kind of, I don't know, the kind of date that was more familiar to me. So yeah, so those are my 3 positive best dates here in Korea. In the next video, I will share with you the worst dates. And I don't care if you don't believe me, because what I will tell you is true. So yes, if you're wondering if you can have dates in Korea as a foreign female, yes, absolutely. Absolutely you can. Korean men are attracted to foreign women, Caucasian women, white women like me. You can easily find common ground and things to talk about and common interests and hobbies, and I think you can, you know, create successful relationships anywhere in the world. So I wouldn't say you need to be afraid of that. You will have to learn a little Korean. Well, I guess you don't have to if he speaks English, but it really helps to break down walls and bring people closer together if you can say a few things in Korean, or if you understand, you know, Korean culture and a few, you know, basic things to say and greetings and how to express yourself, or understand the little things. So I really think if you're trying to date, you might need to learn some Korean. So those are my stories for today. All those happy, beautiful men, where are they now? Okay, so in the next video, you can see the worst dates of my life, or perhaps just in Korea, but they're pretty bad. So please watch that, and if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it with your friends who you think can appreciate it, and if you're interested in dating in Korea, if you have other questions, please post them as comments. I read all the comments, and I can try to answer questions that you have in the comments below and make more videos about this, because I realize that this is a popular topic in the videos that I make, so I want to give the people what they want, you know? I'm joking, kind of. Okay, so have a lovely day. Thank you very, very much for watching and supporting me, and if you like this, share it and subscribe for more. Okay, see you in the next video. Disaster dates. Bye.